Hi, good day, and I'm glad that we've met once again. Forgive me, I've been missing for some time, and I've been quite tight, that's why. And fast forward, today's lesson we'll be looking at pivot table and pivot chart. So quickly, let's launch our Excel. Okay, so this is our data, and our data is a sales data where we have regions, as we have our regions here. We have the product being sold, the quantity that was sold, the unit price, and the total price. That is the sales that was being made on that product within that region. So pivot tables and pivot charts are that. It's a tool that helps us to come up with summaries and helps us to quickly analyze our data so that we can spot some trends in our data. So fast forward in this data, if you want to develop a pivot table, what you need to do is highlight your data this way. Then you come to insert, and under the ribbon tab you choose pivot table. So you click on OK. Yes. Then you are here. So this becomes your pivot table orientation. So on your right side, you see the pivot table field where you have your table names here or your columns names here, right? So I'd want to look at, let's say, the region and also the total sales that was being made. Now you see that we are having a representation here, which is really not the best of it. So you come and drag your total price under your value because you want to find the sum of value of the total sales that was being made. After dragging it, you see that you have a count of totals, right? So it's good that you change this to sum because you want to know the total sum. So you click on this menu pointing down here, you click on value field settings, then you change it to sum. Click OK. So you see that all your values have been changed to the sum of total price that was being sold. Now we also have some portion I also want to introduce you to the columns and the filters, right? So the filters will help you to kind of build or select some regions or probably some other column that later on might be looking at. We also have column sections. So let's try to add a certain column to this section and see what happens. So you see that when I add my product to this column, it changes this way. So we have a column being the product, right? So each product is being represented here, right? So this becomes a pivot table. One thing is we have some blank option here because there's no sales here. So we might choose to take that off by just checking it off this way. Yes. So finally we have our pivot table. So in our pivot table we have um, the region with the product that was being sold and the total of that price within that region, right? Yes, so this represents uh, pivot table that presents us with some summaries. Another thing is you might also want to add some slides. Slides is such that they help you to also filter for each of the product or any kind of column you want to look at. So in a situation you want to look at a slicer for let's say product. So what we do is you click on this under the analyze, you click on insert slicer, then you check product, right? You click on let's say okay. So your slicer will just pop up here. So in case you want to look at the product arrow routes across all the regions, you can just click arrow routes. So you see that our pivot table has been what and changed to this simpler form where we can look at Ashanti region and Central region where the arrow route product was being sold, and also the total sales that was being made. So you can also check for brand, can check for carrots, can check for chocolates, and so on and so forth. It's also possible for you to check for two products. So let's say you click on arrow route, you hold your control key on your keyboard, then you click on the brand, right? Then you see that things are being changed here. So we have three regions and you see the R routes and the brand, right? And their total sales that was being made. Yes. So in our case, you want to check also, we just click on this and everything gets back, right? So if you want your pivot field section to come back again, just click on the pivot table and see that the pivot table field is being activated again. Now, pivot charts, of course, visualization will make things simple. So we want to represent this in a chart form, right? So what you do is you can come to insert, right? Then you come to the charts ribbon, and right you see this pivot chart, and you just click on it. So you see there's a chart that has been developed for you here. Let's click OK. Voila! So we have a different chart here. So this chart is a representation of our pivot table here, and in it you see that we have all the regions, and we also have the products that was being sold in each region, right? So for instance, you can see that in Ashanti region we have this oatmeal reason no, it will have this whole wheat being most sold in Ashanti region, right? Yes, and so on and so forth. So it gives you a clear summary, gives you a clear pattern in your data, right? Yes. So that will just bring us to the end of pivot tables and pivot charts, right? That's so nice. So I would also add some practicals for it. You put your hands on to experience how the whole pivot table and pivot chart works. And I think this will be our end for beginner level, and I'll be introduced to other websites and other sources where you can learn more and get some certification and a whole lot of others. So I'll be sharing with you on the WhatsApp platform. Just keep alert. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. At least we've learned something, and I believe that we've grabbed something. We are no longer a non. We not select none as not knowing nothing about Excel. Of course, if even if not the beginner level, you can say that you are the intermediate level, right? Yes. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you once again. Bye bye.